And now everybody can hear all the dirty shit we've been saying behind the scenes, talking about blue Pokeballs and how Katie likes to roll them around in her hands like Chinese French balls. And don't get us started on the concept of snowballing.
Oh, no.
That's what we've been talking about for the last 5 minutes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Just because I casually bring up the fact that I saw a video of 12 girls snowballing one dude. And Katie's like, oh my god, that's disgusting. It should only be one man, one woman, and the woman should...
God has made it so that it's one man, one woman. It's Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. You know?
Sexist.
No, God has made it that one woman swallows. You don't pass it around. That's it.
Well,
That's my
I guess you haven't seen Two Girls, One Cup then.
No, and I'm not planning on it.
All right, fanboys listening to us, send your art submissions to the following email address.
That's right. Katie X Fubu Snowballing.
At CheshireCastStudios.com.
No.
That's going to be the next CCS Xmas webcomic.
Oh, no.
Snowball fight.
Okay,
One of the
that
worst.
was pretty good. Admittedly, that was a pretty good joke, but fuck you.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful.
Shut up.
Meanwhile, Kahuna Drake saying threesomes are alright, filching.
Oh, true. That's the best. You can't go
What?
wrong with felching.
I don't know what that is.
Doesn't
Oh,
it look
you
like a
will.
straw and, like,
What?
Katie, sweetie, are you sure you want to know?
No.
Okay.
Yes, she does.
No.
She's sitting there like, no. Like this frightened little kid backing away from the conversation.
all right, Mel, explain it to Katie like you'd explain it to your children.
Oh, God.
Okay.
You see, when a man loves a woman,
He has a straw.
here's something for you, Katie.
At least
No
that's the
worries.
definition I heard. So.
I don't trust you, Max.
Oh, this I gotta see.
I
just
don't
because.
get it.
What is that?
Yep.
What the fuck kind of laugh was that?
it's
Was that is that your Italian laugh?
it's my Italian laugh. That's an Italian chef.
No,
And
that
he's
was
got a straw, he's
stupid.
got a straw in his.
Wowie.
It's a filching.
What do? You fucking like blow bubbles in her cunt or what?
No,
That's what
Okay,
I'm imagining. I mean,
that practice she's familiar with.
no.
Oh.
Oh god! The next time I see someone like blow bubbles in their milk, I'm just gonna like die laugh.
Oh no, my kids do that all the time.
Although for it to be applicable to our previous definition discussion, it has to be chocolate milk.
And to answer Katie's question, you actually just described the opposite of what felching is, so... Your mind was on the right turn to opposite will somewhere. But don't worry, you have potential.
Wowie. You people.
And Kahuna Drake saying cream pie eating. I'll pass on that one.
Well, I mean, if she's offering... I mean, who am I to turn down a lady?
Aw.
I mean, if it was a pearl
Gentleman.
necklace, maybe that'd be a little bit different. But
Oh my god.
she's got a pearl necklace. Hey, I got my voice back.
Oh wow, nice job.
I know. I can hit the high
He's been
notes now.
sick like ever.
I can cackle again.
Oh,
Oh,
My trademark laugh is secure.
excellent.
Well, that's what brings us the big bucks. That's what they come in for. To hear you laugh and to hear me be a cynic.
Currently, DuckTales got a lot of people, but
Oh yeah. Wow, my voice cracked too. Oh yeah.
Kahuna Drake, get your mind out of the gutter. You're talking about titty fucking now.
Wow, so whoa. Before she gets her mind out of the gutter, let's invite her to the chat, because I want to hear some of this goodness.
All right.
now he's interested.
Oh okay.
See, this is the way you justify you being on the live stream by talking about this kind of stuff. Not stuff like, I don't know, Resident Evil or Star Citizen or whatever. This right here is the way to get our attention, folks.
Titty fucking.
Oh my god.
We'll have 3 women in our presence. We can take notes on what they think about titty fucking and pearl necklaces and all that kind of stuff.
And of course, we'll make sure to publish this part on YouTube to share it with the world.
With your full name and address.
Then I'll get, please don't, because then I'll get so many fanboys.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Oh no,
It
you
gets
have
creepy.
fanboys.
You'll have a positive number for once.
Oh!
Yeah.
So mean.
Say you're sorry.
He's so mean to me.
Well,
I know, right?
Katie, you might change your mind if maybe one of them dresses up like Pikachu. Pikachu and his blue balls
Not
are gonna.
free. I swear to God, I promise I'm not.
Yeah, what kind of T-shirts are you
She doesn't
wearing?
find real animals appealing, just the fictional ones don't exist.
What? No, guys, leave her alone. Katie, do you need a hug?
Yes.
Do you need a sensual female hug?
Ooh.
Well, you two can go watch Zootopia together.
Nah, not interested.
Hey, you were telling me the other night about how you watched a stream of it, and you were like, it wasn't that bad.
No,
Nice impression.
I legitimately watched it on in the privacy of my own home.
Oh my God.
With a box of shoes.
Oh my God, that rabbit! No, I ended up watching it just because I heard Penn Jillette praise it, and I've heard a bunch of other people on YouTube say it's a bunch of SJW BS. Somewhere in the middle. It wasn't bad. Wasn't great. It didn't beat you over the head with diversity or anything like that. The part I got the most out of it, and this is spoiler territory, so skip ahead about 10 seconds from when I say now. The government is the one who is trying to keep the herbivores and the carnivores fighting against each other to keep control.
Of course you like it.
In spoiler, that's why I liked the movie, because I was like, yes, that part pertains to what's going on in the world.
Yeah.
The government.
Anytime it's anything, it's the government versus the people, he has this huge boner about it.
What?
True, but wasn't the twist also that it was the government that was forcing the carnivores to act the way they do?
Yeah.
Whereas if you take away the chemical X or whatever ingredient they were using to control them, then all of us would have gotten along and been the biggest, best friends ever. Because that's how it works in nature, folks. The lion and the gazelle, they're best friends, they're besties.
Well, I was watching the double toasted review of it too. Remember the Spill guys who dropped the face of the earth just as fast as we did.
Wah, wah.
They made some comments that it was again, it didn't beat you over the head with all the get along shit. It was actually kind of like people still tell racist jokes no matter what race you are against whoever you want, and there's always going to be a little bit of prejudice and that kind of stuff. Or maybe I misheard the entire thing, but regardless, it was just interesting. It wasn't like something that I would freaking watch again. But I just wanted to know whether...
I'm sure it's not the worst movie ever, but every single time
it also wasn't Tumblr on screen either, so...
That's good.
That's what the female Ghostbusters are going to be. New After Hours coming soon, folks.
Yes, New After Hours coming soon.
Am I the only woman who's not looking forward to that?
No, everybody thinks it's going to be shit.
Not according to Sony. Sony says that all you women really like it, and all these men are just being misogynists because they don't like the girls playing with proton packs.
Yeah, sure.
Because they're trying to do damage control right now because the trailer's bombing internationally.
Yeah, things are bad when the director, Paul Feig, or Feige, however you pronounce his last name, when he's lashing out at people on Twitter, calling them trolls and sexists and MRAs and whatnot for disliking his latest creation.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Just, I don't know. If you want to do something equal, at least have 2 of them men, then 2 of them women. Just get it out of the way.
Yeah.
I don't see why they
we
did
start
that.
with just decent characters.
Yeah, let's
Some
start
actual humor.
Yes, exactly.
The power of pain compels you. Jesus Christ.
Gosh.
Well, oddly enough, actually, I was up at like 3 in the morning last night watching the original Ghostbusters.
Oh, beautiful.
And it's just such a fucking good movie. The original is just such a... Well, it's just funny. Everything is just so subversive. I mean, Ray, when someone asks, "Are you a god?" you say yes.
Yes.
I mean, it's just so hilarious watching these 4 guys with their own distinct personalities kind of gel together, and the way they interact, and it's so hard to explain, but just so fun. It's so fun.
They had a chemistry that worked together during the
Yeah, and I mean, everybody had like their zingers, and everybody had like their quirks, and it wasn't just oh, that's gonna leave a mark. It was more like, yes, that's true. This man has no dick.
Nice. But now it's gotta be no female cast.
Dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria. So Kahuna Drake's here.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
So snowballing.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
No.
Well, it reminds me of my feminist pornography class I took in college. So.
What?
Ooh,
Yeah.
do tell.
What
This
the
is what I
fuck?
want to know.
There's
Conversation
a thing that's that.
Yeah.
Is feminist pornography where like the guy has like a huge schlong, or is it cut off?
Well, it was more like, let's analyze pornography and America's obsession with raunch culture with feminist theories.
America's obsession, like every fucking culture has an obsession with.
Yeah.
Fucking yeah.
You see like old like pornographic. What do you call them? Those Japanese scrolls, the Japanese like paintings from like the 6th dynasty.
Yeah.
Block prints.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
all the good
there's-
stuff.
Yeah, I
Surely
mean,
tentacle porn.
surely America is the only place that's perverted. I mean, the Kama Sutra was made, by a white American male from 1930, right?
I know, it's so stupid.
Well, you do know why the missionary position is called the missionary position, at least based on one of the reports I've heard.
No, actually, I haven't heard about this.
I think I've heard this one. Go ahead, Max.
Yeah.
It's because when the Christian missionaries came to, I believe, I'm not going to say Middle East, but wherever the Kama Sutra was written, basically the locals started to ridicule them because of how boring and vanilla their sex life was. They saw the way they did it, and they're like, "Holy shit! Look at these squares."
That's hilarious.
Okay.
So, meanwhile, they were performing entire acrobatic acts just as foreplay. And meanwhile, there's the missionaries, doing it with the lights off and through a hole in a sheet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was about to bring that up. They used to have a hole in the sheet, and that's how they would do it. Oh my god.
Oh my god! I mean, that's so fucking boring. I mean, I'm the kind of guy who, okay, put your legs on my shoulders.
Oh god,
and
we
then,
don't
and
need to
then,
hear.
then bend all the way backwards and all the way
Oh my
around.
god,
and,
Matthew.
and like we'll give each other oral while I'm standing up.
Oh my god.
It's like the spider walk scene from The Exorcist.
No, I was thinking the whatever not from Game of Thrones, the contortionist.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, I get the reference.
There you
Yeah.
Good.
go. All the fun stuff.
Oh my
Yep.
god.
The stuff when you're done, like at least one of you is crippled.
Or it looks like a pretzel.
That's why they call it the knot. So, pearl necklaces too. I mean, you're the one bringing all this up, Kahuna Drake.
Well, you started with like that, I guess. I don't know. Well, how did it start? You guys were talking about stonewalling and shit.
Like,
Well, we began talking about Batman vs. Superman, which is obviously shit, and and so from there on, the conversation moved on to more and more lewd stuff, and there you go.
Pearl necklaces. You're
Oh
welcome.
my god.
I just took
all the fanboys masturbating to Batman vs Superman, and then all of a sudden,
Have you seen the IMDb rating, by the way? Which is ridiculous. It's something like 9.4, whereas the original Godfather movie has like 8.9. It's like, are you shitting me?
Well, that's because of fanboys, I think.
Yeah.
But what they're doing is they took a look at the Rotten Tomatoes score, which is abysmal, 33%.
And then they know they can't change that, so they're like, oh, we can fix one thing at least.
Yeah, so we're gonna go and give it 10 stars, and it's like, really, 9.4? Even if the movie were good, A solid 8, perhaps, but 9 point. How ridiculous is it?
Yeah, my godbrother I just talked to him and he said that it kind of felt rushed, I guess. But he thought it did a good job setting up Justice League. I haven't seen it, so I don't know.
I myself am getting tired of all the superhero movies, so I'm just
now.
Yeah, I'm no, well, not just now, but like since freaking the Avengers. After that, I was like, okay, I'm done. This is a good movie, but you guys are really pumping these superhero movies out like freaking rabbits.
Well, and the problem is again, if you have an idea to use a property and use it wisely, that's different. That's like Deadpool and Guardians of the Galaxy. You get good stuff out of it, even like some of the Captain America movies and whatnot. But when you start looking at it and be like, oh, this will make us money, then that's how you get Ghostbusters with the female cast. That's how you get like Fantastic Four, the last one. That's how you get the second Amazing Spider-Man. I mean, it's for a lot of these people, it's just a cash grab. I mean, you see DC, they're kind of sitting in the back of the room, seeing Marvel raking all this money. They're like, oh, we got to have a cinematic universe too.
Yeah, and that's why they
we got to rush all this shit out as fast as possible, make a bunch of money so we can get on this hype train. And it's like that's not what you should be doing. You should be looking at me like, okay, can we make a genuinely good movie using one of our properties?
The question worth asking, like, okay, so there's going to be a Justice League movie, and even then, from what I understand, it's going to be broken into 2 parts because that's what Marvel is doing with Avengers number 3. Yeah, but here's the question. Does there need to be more than one Justice League movie? Because I remember reading one of the reviews for the Avengers 2, Age of Ultron, and the consensus was, it's like, yeah, well, it's just an Avengers movie, kind of proves that we don't really need more than one of those, because the first Avengers was an event movie. It's like, will they be able to pull this off? And evidently they were able to do it, but afterwards it's like, I'd rather see them go into more interesting territories. In the case of Justice League, like, make something akin to Justice League Doom, because that would justify a movie involving all of these characters, because it would explore the conflict between all of them. But if you're just gonna make an origin story for the Justice League where all of them team up to defeat Darkseid or whoever, then it's like
it's bland. I mean, it's just so fucking boring. And again, they're also, like I said before, they're trotting over the same path that they've done dozens of times before. Every single animated series has its own Justice League origin story.
Oh yeah.
And they've also had like the one that has like the retro 1940s look. They've had multiple
New
movies.
Frontier, yeah.
Yeah, there's different versions of the same fucking story over and over. So why bother?
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm not saying Marvel hasn't done it too. Marvel's done it before, but they've also been like, oh, we're going to move ahead with this. Let's make a quick cartoon cash in. I mean, that's what I've seen on their end.
Yeah, at least Marvel is exploring different genres, because obviously something like Guardians of the Galaxy is more unorthodox than something like Avengers 3 or Avengers 2 or whatever. So at least there's that, but personally, for some reason, if we're still talking about DC, I'm kind of curious about the Suicide Squad movie, especially after rewatching the second trailer, which was very well put together. Obviously, there's a lot of parallels with Guardians of the Galaxy, even in that trailer, but compared to something like Batman vs. Superman, at the very least it looks like they're actually having fun with that movie. Plus
they also have that one scene where the Harley Quinn chick bends over just for no fucking reason. That's your
What do you mean no
document.
fucking reason? I had a very good reason between my legs when I saw that.
You people have to understand.
Plus, the more I see of him, the more I want to actually see the Jared Leto version of the Joker in action, because I'm getting some very, very familiar, not familiar, but, like callbacks to the Heath Ledger version of the Joker, although there's also a unique twist and whatnot, so I want to see that. And maybe even, like, have him go against the Ben Affleck version of Batman, because from what I've heard, Ben Affleck is, like, one of the few good parts of the Batman vs. Superman film.
Yeah, I've heard the same thing, and I have a cousin named Jeremy who he's about 10 years older than I am, and he's been a Batman and DC fanboy since as long as I can fucking remember. I mean, he has like mint condition comics of like the Killing Joke and all that kind of stuff, like the first edition stuff. He is a fanboy to a fucking T, and he also has like a side hobby to make money on, where he makes like masks, like Batman masks and all kinds of stuff. I mean, he's totally into this Batman Superman kind of thing. And I saw his Facebook post, and he said that it was a huge letdown.
Oh,
So for a complete fanboy, and especially a Batman fanboy, the huge Batman fanboy, to come back and say that Batman vs Superman was not good, that floored me.
Oh my goodness, that's
which once again strains the credibility of the 9.4 rating on IMDb. It's like, just how much denial is there?
I'm gonna bring up my Jeremy's exact.
He's gonna bring out his Jeremy.
Facebook here.
I guess that's what he calls it.
It's just so funny. Let's see. I was overall not impressed with Batman vs Superman. The last 30 minutes was okay. Affleck was a great Bruce Wayne, and Batman was just awesomely violent. Other than that, blah. And again, this is from the biggest DC Batman fanboy I have ever met in my entire life. A guy who has mint condition collections of like where Joker kills Robin and all this other stuff. The first edition of the entire Death of Superman arc. Mm-hmm. This guy is a DC nut, and he doesn't even think the movie's good.
Oh, in that case, he's being objective.
Here's when we got cue sad Affleck.
Yeah.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Welcome to talk with you again.
That was hilarious.
It's funny because of two reasons. Number one, because of Ben Affleck's facial expressions, but also number two, because that's the same song that Zack Snyder had previously used in The Watchmen during the comedian's funeral scene. And according to Jay from Red Letter Media, apparently he had to listen to the commentary track. And the reason why Zack Snyder, the visionary, brilliant filmmaker Zack Snyder, decided to include that song was not because of some deeper meaning, but rather because, well, it kind of looks cool, doesn't it?
But enough about Batman vs Superman. Kahuna wants to talk about hentai, apparently, and who am I to deny her that opportunity?
Did someone say hentai?
They sure did, Mel.
Oh, great. I wasn't paying attention, so I just kind of zoned out.
Well, it's not just hentai. It's about the UN trying to push censorship on Japanese media in general.
Really?
Yeah.
Remember, all cultures are created equal, and we must respect every single culture, but don't you fucking dare Japan show any titties.
Well, Japan itself has been saying that, I can't remember exactly who said it, I think a prime minister said it, like, during a UN conference, but don't quote me on this. But I do remember someone high up in Japan saying that their country has a bad image worldwide about being a bunch of perverts, because, they do, like, vending machine underwear, and, deeply pornographic comic books with, like, tentacle porn, and anything you could ever think. Japan does it.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, but by the same extension, you could say the same thing about Germany and their productions.
Going back to those Japanese scrolls I was telling you about, there's actually one dated from like 1400 AD, and it was like a naked woman and an octopus.
Yeah, the fisherman's wife.
This is a cultural thing.
Fisherman's wife.
Yep.
That's the
what
one.
she was saying. Yep.
Excuse me. Oh, shit.
There's a mute button on the top bar if you wiggle your mouse. But no,
I didn't mean to that stuck upon me.
This is something that's been great. This is part of their culture, but I think that they say that they want to try to revise it so that they're not looked down upon as the pervert capital of the world. So.
Well, I remember hearing about that, but this one's kind of been a buzz because they're just specifically banning Japanese media that depicts sexual violence towards women, such as manga, anime, and video games. Because they said... Sorry. Yeah, because it's in breach of human rights.
Really?
Characters in breach of human rights.
Yeah, so then I think they got a representative of the Japanese cultural media thing, I forgot, but she's like a graphic artist, and she fucking kicked their ass.
Good.
Wow, nice.
This is what she said. Let me find the page. Shit. Okay. Sorry.
No, you're good.
I gotta go back. Okay, so she says there's nothing to be gained from regulating fictional sexual violence. However, while you're trying to fix the rights of fictional characters, you're leaving the rights of human rights of real women in the real world left to rot.
Yeah.
As well, in Japan, the entire reason we have a media genre such as manga that developed to take on themes. Ah, you fucking bastard! Sorry.
Oh, that's what she said.
That's her exact words, yes.
She's so eloquent.
Sorry, but Forbes was like freaking trying to put up like ads and stuff. Sorry. So the entire reason we have media genres such as manga that developed to take on themes such as the sexual exploitation of women came from the attitude to tolerate drinking the pure and dirty without prejudice. It's because we had the freedom to express our views, and with that to express the view of a world of humans that live and die. They are pure and wonderful things, and dirty and nasty things mixed with each other.
Fair enough. What can I say? That's the way it is.
Yeah. I
Plus,
mean,
never mind again, they use the term violence. Now, unless we're talking about some like what's the name of that genre?
Gore.
You know, it's bad when I'm not aware of it, but gore.
It's even worse than when I am. It's Goru.
Yeah, that's the one. Like, if we're talking about that, but even that's like the fringe, the very fringe of the kind of stuff that Japan.
That kind of stuff's almost laughable, like cutting off a woman's arms and legs and stuffing her into a suitcase as like a portable fuck toy.
Is it?
I mean, this is like 80s slasher level of violence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a fictional drawn medium, and there's already enough evidence that violence in media and whatnot doesn't really affect people.
No, it doesn't.
So why are they concentrating on fictional violence instead of solving, real world violence towards women, like, forcing women to get like, their clitorises cut off in certain third world countries and shit like that?
Well, it's because they think that if it's in the media that it's going to affect people and make people who read it into more violent people. That's what they think.
Oh, the evidence.
Yeah, and it's easier.
I know.
That's an easier way to solve the problem, I say in quotations.
Well, no, you're right, because it's easier to wage war against fictional depictions of violence than it is to do something about real-world violence.
Exactly. And then they can feel good about themselves when, that comic isn't being made anymore and it's bad, but now it's not here anymore, so I did something good. It's like, no, you did fuck all,
These fictional characters don't give two shits about what you do about them. It's the real people you need to focus on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it was with that feminist porn class I was talking about. They got all pissed off about fucking porn and shit, chicks being choked and everything like that, but it's just like...
Some people are into that.
Yeah, but here's the thing is... During actual sex, real sex, I mean, there is a level of objectification happening between the man and the woman both.
Yeah, but it's like...
You know how like you see like, the object is acted upon. Well, you know what, during sex, I like being the object. I like being acted upon, a little bit of cowgirl and stuff like that. So,
oh my god.
Now we know.
Fellatio, I'm the object, yeah, you can do whatever you want to do to me.
Oh, he's the bondage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. For all you Deadpool fans, happy International Women's Day.
High five.
But no, unlike these perverts here, I actually understand what you're saying, because the feminist complaints like, it's a power play, it's a power struggle. Here's the fucking thing. If it were not, none of us would have been here. Mm-hmm. If there were not that element to it. Because can you imagine our ancestors, cavemen, right? Some ancient guy called Gronk asking for consent or permission when he wanted to mount Grunkilda or whatever her name was. There wasn't even any language back then. It was all body language and the way they looked at each other and whatnot. So
I mean, it's still fucking body language these days.
Oh yeah, it is.
All the time.
Well, I'm not so sure about that, Katie, because if feminism is to be believed, yes means yes and no means no, except those times when it means maybe, try again later.
and so on and so forth.
Yes means yes, but the yes can be revoked after the fact.
Or that too.
It's like you have sex with someone and you're like, I need yes, and they're like yes, and then you're like okay, and then afterwards they're like, oh, by the way, I changed my mind, you rape me.
Yeah, that's fucking stupid.
It's like, excuse me?
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens a lot too. It's,
Oh yeah,
I know. It's
just
ridiculous.
keep an eye on Reason.com, and yeah, it happens all the fucking time. And well, I don't even want to get to the whole college campus thing, but
no.
anyways,
Oh God.
when I'll get back to sex, what we really want to talk about here. While
Oh my God.
well, Jacob and King of Sorrow are having their little video game flame war in the chat, so I'm going to talk about sex. They're talking about like Kickstarter and VR and comparing
Things
system specs.
that are relevant to what our YouTube channel usually is about.
Not really. I see this stuff is relevant.
It's about this one's an actually interesting conversation with
Yeah, it is.
two guys, 3 women. It's a full house.
Yes.
Whoop.
So, anyways,
Fun times.
now here's the thing: is if I'm in my room and a girl comes up and says, oh, you look so good and all that kind of stuff, and she starts objectifying me, I'm the one who feels empowered.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'm hot shit. This is actually kind of fun. If like a woman's wearing like lingerie and I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
man,
I mean,
you look really good in that.
From
Well,
a
that
woman's
means you're dreaming
perspective-
then.
Well, no, but I mean, like from a woman's perspective, like if I were, wearing lingerie or something,
Ooh.
I may or may not do that. Then, and if a guy is like, "Wow,
She
that
also
looks
may
really
or
hot,"
may
then
not
that makes
swallow
me.
from what she was talking about earlier.
Well, no, that's a definite. She will, because it's her.
No, not
It's an
Katie.
obligation.
She's innocent.
She's the one saying, "Girl up
I
and
just-
swallow, you pussies."
No. Yeah. As long as there's not anyways, what I'm trying to say
Not
is
a
that
single drop is to be wasted. Is Katie's motto.
there you go.
Just as long as just as long as the guy drinks plenty.
Of
Just as,
apple
long,
juice.
just as long as the guy drinks plenty of pineapple juice first.
Pineapple juice. I got
Yes,
it wrong.
pineapple
I said
juice.
apple juice.
No. Apple
Apple
juice.
juice works also.
Apple juice will just make you fart. You want pineapple juice.
That's right
Had
to that.
problem. Anyway,
you want pineapple juice because it sweetens the guy. It makes this guy taste
Oh, yeah.
sweeter.
anyway,
Mm.
back to my point. No, like
Okay.
as a woman, I mean, and this might not be the same for all women. Some women, if they were to wear lingerie, maybe they feel like they're objectified in a bad way. But for me, if I do that and then I see my partner's like really excited about it and he's like, "Wow, you look so hot! Like that's really cool, and that you're wearing this for me," and like then it makes me feel happy, and then it's like even better. You know?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, you're talking to a married woman here who married a pervert for like 14 years, so.
Mel has plenty of stories she can tell.
Oh yeah, I
See,
could, but I'm
I
not
think
going
that the problem is that a lot of these people are virgins, and they've just never actually had sex and never actually physically.
Well, especially the male feminists.
Somebody. Well, yeah, exactly. Oh,
Especially
yeah.
the male
Oh,
feminists
yeah.
are certainly the virgins.
Yes.
I'm a nice guy. Will
Yeah.
you please touch it? Oh, can I touch yours instead? Then I'll be nice. I'll be gentle.
Oh, God. Yes, yeah, but see, like when you're in the moment, that kind of shit just like is a boner killer. You don't like constantly ask, like, is this okay? Can I kiss you again?
That's the sound of a dick going limp.
Yeah, exactly. It is.
No, if you want to hear a dick go limp, all you gotta do is start naming off baby names.
Oh.
Yeah, that would.
True story.
Oh really?
Oh no.
True story.
Oh,
So
no.
this girl and I were going out like back when I was in college, and she was a bit nuts, so I didn't really stay with her too long. But after the second date,
Clearly.
after the second date, we did it, and then we're lying in bed, and she's like, "So, what kind of names do you like?" And I'm like, "I guess I was like the name Vincent."
Bitch, slut, whatever you want me to call you.
I'm like, I was like the name Vincent. It's a good, strong name. And she's like, and she starts naming off like some other names that she likes, and then she puts them into a sentence.
Oh, God.
Vincent, Jonathan, Laughing Man, and I'm like, whoa, where's my pants? I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Oh, God.
Jumps out the window.
No.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was a level of crazy.
That reminds me of the quote from Metalocalypse. Sex designed to procreate. Ugh, fucking gross.
Okay, Matt. Question. Matt, was she hot?
She's pretty good looking.
Oh, okay.
She's maybe about a 7.
Oh, is that because the hotter they are, the closer they are.
Well, I was going to say the uglier they are, the more desperate they are to keep you around.
Yeah, desperate. Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
And if she was a 4, she would have been like, trying to like squeeze that condom out,
Oh no!
I gotta keep in my life.
Nope. Listen to your dick.
She cuts the end off and starts squeezing it like it's like a pastry chef's like frosting squeezer. Gonna cross my cake.
Listen to your dick.
Well, again, that's just Katie's school of thought. Not enough to be wasted. So what you do is you rinse it.
Oh no!
We waste it all the time, though.
Oh no!
Hot sauce. Oh God.
Hot sauce.
Oh, mince. You do mince.
Ooh, mince. Yes. Oh,
before
mince.
you blow your guy, and then
Yes.
it's tingly.
Oh, really?
So, Katie, about you being innocent.
I never said I was innocent. I just said I didn't know what some things were.
That's called lying by omission.
No.
Yeah, what's up with that? Katie, I believed in you. My little angel.
Linda Drake, do you got anything else you want to contribute?
Oh my God.
Well, I don't know. I gotta tell you guys about that pornography class I took because that's just.
Yeah, you should tell us.
Okay, yes, please.
Do it real quick.
Yeah,
Well,
before we
no, I want to get to another thing I was going to talk about.
Something actually relevant.
Yeah, something
It's really
related to
dirty
video
today.
games.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine.
Please bring it back to like relevant conversation we can actually publish on YouTube.
Oh
How
no,
about
this
sex life?
entire thing is getting published on YouTube.
Oh
yeah.
Lord!
This, like I said, this is gonna be our Full House card set.
Wowee!
3 women, 2 guys, 1 cup.
Not enough room.
Well, that was the one thing we talked about was, I don't know, what's your guys' like opinion on like, well, this is weird, but like cum shots. Like the feminists are like cum shots are so degrading.
Absolutely, a requirement.
Here's the thing. I'm gonna let the girls talk, but I'm just gonna say that every girl I've been with enjoyed that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like if you're a guy and you're like either using your hands or using your tongue on a woman, and she like wraps up. There's a certain amount of like feeling of accomplishment for the guy.
Yeah, I'd say it's the same from a woman's perspective.
Oh yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I do too.
King, my man notices too, so.
I don't know. I think if it's not in my hair or my eyes, I wouldn't fucking care.
Yeah,
So.
like not in the face.
The chest or the butt is usually met with some pleasure. So
Yeah.
Oh, back too.
Yeah, but if you're not blessing her in the eyes, where's the fun in that?
Jesus Christ.
I can't see it, but I love you, dear.
I mean, I guess kids.
Max, you make it sound like you're standing over her with like a cock and a communion wafer.
Well, absolutely. It's like a shotgun blast.
Oh my God.
Oh yes, that's what they were like. They're like, that's violent because he's coming right in her face. I'm like, I don't think anybody died from a cum shot to the face. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, they might have like had some in their eye and have to like go wipe it out, but I mean that's about it.
Yeah, that's about it.
There's that Max. What was the name of that pornography documentary that the feminists thought was going to be this big expose, but it turned out that the woman who was in the documentary actually enjoyed being a porn star.
Oh, the one that Reason wrote about. Yeah, I remember it. I don't remember the name because I wasn't paying attention.
I'll look it up in a second here, but I remember that the woman who she is documenting her. She started in the pornography business, and granted, this is pornography, not necessarily what you do in your bedroom. But she said that everything in the pornographic world was consensual. If you didn't want to do something, you had to not do it.
Yeah.
So if you wanted a shot on your cheek and you said not in the hair and the eyes, they would try to accommodate that. Just like if I was with a girl and she said not in the eyes, I sure as shit wouldn't do it in the eyes because I want her to do this again.
Yeah, exactly.
I was gonna say another thing was like, I don't know, we had to read some like Jessica Valenti shit, so she was all like, it's sexist that guys like lesbian porn.
No, that's.
Would you rather
Makes sense.
those ladies be out of a job? What?
I mean, but it was so stupid because I actually found that when Jenna Jameson launched her like gay porn site, like I think was it more than half of internet traffic was straight women So it's like, aha.
Really?
Yeah, exactly.
Who do you think watches that one Supernatural show mostly?
Yeah.
Who
Yeah,
does all the
exactly.
shipping?
Max
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I.
Well, in addition to the two of us.
Well, I watch it
I've
too,
watched it.
so
Go ahead.
I'm a big fan. But yeah, I've been watching the recent season. I just kind of was like too busy with shit.
Well, quick question.
Yeah.
Or quick comment. Like Bill Burr says, you know, if you watch a video where a guy is just humping air, that's fucking horrific. The reason why you watch pornography is because you kind of self-insert yourself into one of the roles.
Yeah.
You know, so if a guy is watching lesbian porn, it's because maybe he just doesn't want to see a dick, or maybe he wants to pretend like, you know, he's going down on the other woman. I mean, there's dozens of reasons why.
Yeah. Like, I think for, like, women like to watch gay guys because they look
So there's
better.
2 dicks instead of 1.
Yeah.
Double the goodness,
Double the dick.
I guess.
2 for the price of 1.
Yeah, there you
exactly.
Holy crap! I mean, that's wow. All the women are like, oh, I like watching gay porn. And it's like, what?
I
All right.
actually, I don't get anything from porn personally.
Really?
That's just me. No, not really.
Well, for me, not real porn doesn't do anything for me. It actually kind of grosses me out a bit because I'm like watching 2 real people
I know.
actually
Exactly,
doing it. It's like, oh, I'm invading
strangers.
someone's privacy.
It's like,
you know?
yeah, like.
So I gotta
don't
resort
know,
to the
for me,
hentai magnets.
For me, it's like they're strangers. Like, I'm not. I mean, I don't know.
I'm sorry for walking in on your house. I'll leave.
Well, do I have news for you, Mel? The next comic we want to draw is you and Katie.
Ooh,
Oh, really?
oh my.
Oh yeah, we talked about this, the snowballing one.
Oh no! Was that before or after we pushed record? Because that was pretty funny.
And I'm pretty sure that we
That
hit
was
record like
before.
after we kind of were wrapping up the whole snowballing comment.
Oh.
Yeah, you guys missed out on a lot, by the way. We
Yeah.
were talking a lot before you hit the record button, so.
We were talking about my fangirls, and you know, it's like, well, you have to pick one. It's like, no, I don't. draw a comic where I'm like a sprinkler head. You know, all the women are lined up,
Christ!
all the women are lined up ear to ear, and they have their mouths open. I'm like,
You.
Well, you wouldn't want
Gotta save that
to
DNA.
feel left out.
Oh, goodness. My cheeks hurt. Take that any way you like. I'm smiling too much over here.
Have you heard that game called Firewatch that's on Steam?
No, I
yeah, I've
haven't.
heard of. Yeah, go ahead.
Wait, yes, I have.
Yeah, so there's
What
kind of
is it?
like what? Yeah,
I
so
have.
there's kind of like some controversy about like, is it a game? Because
No.
I think yeah.
And the controversy.
But my whole thing is that they're kind of talking about, like, this New York Times article is talking about that this is like a type of game. I was talking to my indie dev people, and they said, well, that's a little pretentious. I think it's more of a virtual experience. I think we're kind of reaching a point where we're going to have games as we know it, and then we're going to have these virtual drama experience things.
And I mean, and there's nothing wrong with a virtual experience, but
No, not at all.
to have something be qualified as a game, I think that there needs to be certain things that it does. There has to be some kind of goal. There has to be, you know, you have to progress in some way, something
Maybe
like
a
that.
price tag that's not as steep as $25, so I can make use of going home.
Yeah, but I mean, like, there's nothing at all wrong with, like, some kind of cool virtual experience. Like, I am up for that kind of thing, and I think that I would love to see more of that, but I don't know if it specifically should be called a video game, because there's not really any playing that you're doing of it. You're just kind of there and in the moment with it, you know?
I don't mind those games myself because obviously I'm a fan of the Phoenix Wright series, so you know the visual novels. I've got nothing against that, and even just the exploration stuff. Like, obviously not Gone Home, but something where it's like a visual novel, but you also can walk around the place. Maybe just add some more like puzzles, like adventure game stuff. Kind of like, I guess, the first season of The Walking Dead, because recently Telltale has been moving away, further and further away from gameplay and focusing more on the writing. But again, nothing against that. The more genres there are, the better, in my opinion, because just because a game does not have a high score board at the end doesn't necessarily mean that it's not worth it. If the writing is good and if people are into that, great. But I can kind of see the problem being the fact that walking simulators. I've heard them being referred to as such.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, all they are just interactive stories. I mean.
Yeah, and it's fine if you're into that, but the point I was going to make is I've seen them being extolled as somehow more intelligent, more highbrow than your typical brawler slash what's that slasher genre, kind of like Devil May Cry and whatnot. It's like, oh well, those games are for the Neanderthals, whereas Gone Home is a true walk of art. Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's what really pisses me off.
Yeah, they'd actually done that before, back when when the PlayStation first came out, because everything was now about 3D. 3D graphics was going to be the new thing. Anyone who plays 2D are just in the past or in the Stone Age and stuff like that. But now today we're seeing like independent games still doing 2D graphics, and they're still doing very well.
Yeah. In fact, there's almost like a resurgence of that type of style coming back. Because now you see a lot of games that, that are now doing 2D graphics or like old like 8-bit style stuff again, and people really dig that because they're like, oh, it's nostalgia hype kind of. They're like, oh, that looks like this or that game that I played as a kid, and it's like really nice, and so then they want to play that kind of stuff.
Yes, exactly.
And it's also very cheap to make. So if you're an indie game developer.
Well, sometimes, because like pixel art is hard as shit. I cannot do pixel art for the life of me. But if you have a 3D model and you can just move that around willy nilly, But with pixel art, you have to redraw each thing, and it's like horrible.
Yeah. Well, I can see the advantage of the new, virtual reality things that they're going to be doing now. Well, at least they're going to try to push on everybody. They all look like a bunch of robots, by the way. Well, anyways.
That's what they're already kind of doing, stuff like Firewatch.
Oh, yeah, stuff like that. Well, I can see the promise in it, depending on the game, though. Because imagine, like, a murder mystery with that kind of technology. You're playing as this detective. You're trying to figure out, this murder that's been going on. And then the further the game progresses and the more you try to figure out, the murderer actually starts coming after you. Yeah. That'd be kind of more of a, I don't know. I like that.
Yeah, but again, you that would actually be a game because you get to interact with like characters and actually do something like run and jump instead of just walk forward and listen to someone talk in your ear like Firewatch. But that is the trend, and that's where virtual reality is going to actually come into play. Is they'll give you the ability to put yourself in someone else's shoes and experience a story. Fine and dandy. I have no gripes about that though, but I also want to play games like Yeah,
you want something going on besides.
Yeah, I want to be like the little blue character on the screen shooting other robots and getting their powers.
Robots, little dots. Shooting dots with dots. That's how you do it.
Yeah. I like Space Pirate Trainer. It's more it's like VR, kind of an arcade, more arcadey VR game, where you're in first person, you're shooting a bunch of alien ships down with the guns in your hands.
Neat.
Like it's for the HTC Vive, so if you can afford that.
No, I can't. I can't even afford a new console right now. So.
Nah.
But one day, Not Shooter 4 will come out.
That was one thing funny I saw in the Oculus forum. Somebody was trying to create a virtual strip club.
Really?
Yeah, and they have like the models, and they're like, please tell me how these titties and ass physics are working, because I'm trying to really get it down.
Well, that's nothing. They already have like a couple of porn sites already created virtual reality sections.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Really?
Yeah, virtual reality porn is.
Well, I gotta straighten the iron while it's hot.
It'd just be like watching a 3D movie. It's not like while she's going down on you, there's a device on your cock that's
Not yet.
I saw
an HTC Vive right now.
Kickstarter with somebody's doing that though.
Really?
Yeah.
Into the human race, 30 years.
Oh come on, Max.
We probably better let Kahuna Draco though. So.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us.
All right. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for all the lesbian stories.
Thanks for putting up with us.
All right. Bye.
Pornography.
Bye.
Good old porn.
I'm sorry, not Max. Laughing man. I don't really get that. Yeah, I don't really buy the end of the human race thing. I mean, us human beings, we require interaction with other real human beings.
Oh yeah, we're very social creatures.
Until technology can get to that level, it'll probably be more like the Matrix universe. We're all like in this virtual reality that we can't really tell is a virtual reality. We're all really just slaves to robots.
Yeah, there's people who actually.
It'll be like WALL-E, where like we're all just like with a screen in front of us constantly in these chairs, and we're right next to each other, but we're not talking to each other. We're talking through the screens.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's pretty much right now, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right now. Yeah.
except we don't have any suits or robots around,
And
we're missing
we're
that.
not all obese, which is also
Or-
good.
Yeah.
Or any special peripherals.
Exactly. Or insane robot wheel in charge. We're missing a lot of things.
This is the next level of sexting.
You know what really irritated me is it's not Pokemon either. There's a game that I wanted on Steam forever, and it's one of those 8-bit type of games. Except the art is just gorgeous. It's called Slain,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and it is bombing like fuck on
Really?
Steam. Overwhelmingly negative. I mean, if you look at it, the artwork is gorgeous. The enemies look cool. Heavy metal soundtrack.
Ooh, sweet! What the hell went wrong?
Apparently, the gameplay is stiff and just kind of boring. It's kind of like.
Man, that sucks.
I know. I'm like, oh man.
They should get together with like better programmers and take those assets that they already have and remake the game so that it's better. Because if they already have all the art drawn and the enemies made and like the backgrounds and the music,
Like get together with the Shovel Knight guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean,
Everyone goes quiet, like yeah.
Well, no, Nintendo brought the Shovel Knight guys on board to make a Wii U version of Shovel Knight with extra content.
Yeah, Game
Like-
Grumps advertised
But
that.
like Slain, it looks like Castlevania has like blood zombies and all kinds of shit, and you're going
cool.
around the floor, right?
yeah.
And if you stand still, like your character starts like banging his head, like his long hair to the
Ah, that's
heavy metal
fucking
music.
awesome, dude. That sounds,
And,
that sounds
I mean, and if you look at the, I'll find the screenshots and stuff though, but it looks fucking gorgeous. But everyone just says it is just so fucking milquetoast as far as the
sucks.
gameplay.
Yeah, I
And it's
hope
like,
that
no.
I hope that they don't toss everything for that project. Like, I'm really hoping that they like do a revamp of it, because if it's as cool as you say it is, like, and all they need to do is just kind of tweak the gameplay to make it more fun or work better or whatever. Like, you know.
Or they might just quit, like with what happened with Bear Simulator.
Well, yeah, but
You guys hear about Bear Simulator?
yeah.
Yeah, how PewDiePie made a negative review, and the guy is just like, I quit.
Yeah, I mean, like that. You can tell that, like, I mean, if like making games is your dream, and then you got like, if somebody came up, it's like if you really were in your life, like you wouldn't just quit.
Yeah, that's. Well, I mean, some of these people, like even Phil Fish, have just such thin skin, and it's like, you know, if you, we have our share of critics and stuff, and it's like that's fine, whatever you're into. But you know, if you're gonna be like crying and then storming off because you know people don't like playing with your toys, I'm gonna take my toys and go home. Fuck you guys.
Yeah.
I'm gonna deny you guys Fez 2. And it's like, you know, just fucking.
Oh no! However, will we survive?
Oh, no.
Max and Jacob are both like, oh no. But anyways, there's the Steam link for Slain, which looks badass. Again, it looks badass.
Well,
The
it's
music-
also on GOG. If you're more of the non-DRM
that person who actually likes enjoys owning their games. Yes, totally.
Yeah.
Well, that's too bad. I don't know. I'll have to keep an eye on those developers and then see.
Yeah,
if
because
they-
what this developer is, he's like, unlike the Bear Simulator guy, he's like, listen, okay, you know, obviously, you know, extremely mixed, mostly negative the first day it was out. I'm going through your comments, and I'm adjusting the game accordingly.
Awesome. See, that's what people need to do. That is
Yes.
the correct way to handle criticism.
And you know,
Because
especially since
Metalhead to handle criticism.
yeah, and the people who actually like make comments and whatnot on the game are actually pretty fair. They're actually saying like, you know, listen, you got a great thing going here. I hope you fix this.
yeah, exactly.
I mean, granted, you know, the difference between the Bear Simulator guy and PewDiePie in that incident is that PewDiePie, granted, he didn't like the game, which is fine, but the guy is like, oh my god, the #1 YouTube star is not liking the game. I'm so disgruntled, I'm going to quit. And it's like,
So
yeah.
why is his opinion more like better than anybody else's, you know? Like, why
Well,
does
you know,
his
43
opinion
million
matter more?
subscribers.
Yeah, just because he has a lot of subscribers doesn't mean that he as an individual has an opinion that should have more weight to it than, you know, say if another, you know, well-known developer or game company or something came and said, hey, your game isn't that great. That I would feel should have more weight to it than just Let's Player. Yeah, he's popular, but it's not like he's like the be-all, end-all of like what makes a good video game great or something. He doesn't have that knowledge. He just plays the games.
Oh yeah, especially since the depth of his critiques are usually like, okay, bros, here I go. Oh, vagina farts. Oh, fuck, shit cock. Ah, penis boobs. Ah.
That sounds like you.
Harkening back to our earlier conversation.
Yes, exactly.
So speaking of shit cock.
Oh, Lord.
Anyways.
Oh, yeah. Anal's nice.
Wow. Okay. This is a question for your husband, Mel.
Yeah.
How did he ever talk you into doing that? Because I want to take notes.
God. No.
I shrugged and said, okay.
Oh God.
Well, that was easy enough.
And say okay.
Okay, so speaking
Listen,
of...
it was Joseph Smith when he got the vision from the angel, the Archangel Gabriel. It was written on those tablets that a wife must oblige whenever the husband asks for access to the back door. So.
And I gave him permission.
As you should have. And as a result, you'll get your own planet once it's all said and done.
Sweet.
I mean, the planet will be brown, obviously, but you
A lot of dirt.
Don't scare away our artists.
I hope it's
Love you,
dirt.
Mel.
Oh, I love you guys too.
So should we leave a link to Mel's DeviantArt page?
No.
all the interesting stuff that's going to be drawn in the next couple days.
Yeah, I know what it is.
never mind a link, we should leave a skid mark.
Shut up. No, it's always nice and clean, guys. Come on.
Yeah, her DeviantArt anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant the anal. I was like, what?
No, you're not.
Well, she did. It's just that Katie is quote unquote innocent, so she misconstrued.
What? Yeah, Katie. I'm still disappointed in you.
Why? Well, I'm not innocent anymore.
Mel is like, Katie, I can show you the world. They're lesbians. What's the plot? They're lesbians.
As a lesbian.
You folks do realize that we won't be able to publish any of this on YouTube.
I know, that's what I've been saying, you dorks.
Once the moral police gets
Well,
published.
we're gonna do it
Publish all of
anyways.
this on YouTube. Let's just publish all of it. It's great.
No.
Yes.
It's art.
No. No.
Poor Katie. Her face is as red as her shirt. What a cute laugh.
She knows they're in the same room together.
What we are doing a service if we release all of this on YouTube. Because some poor naive girls like Katie are going to be hearing their boyfriends talking about snowballs and felching or fletching, whatever, felching, and all this other stuff, and now they will know what the boyfriend is wanting.
Oh, Jesus.
We are educating them.
And they will comply as they should.
Hashtag sexual education.
Exactly. See, we're
Hashtag
doing-
Eiffel.
Oh, my God.
Hashtag backdoor.
No.